Hello people, I welcome everybody to this new video or new tutorial or new series. So what's the plan? What's the purpose of this video? So in this video I'm gonna start Python. So we will start from what is Python and how to set up and everything. So this tutorial is gonna be very interesting. So stay tuned. Let's discuss and I will make notes here. Okay. So what is Python? Let me write here also. Python is a first of all language. So what do you understand by language? Suppose I am communicating with you. So by which medium I am communicating with you? By maybe Hindi, English, Spanish, French, German. Similarly, if we human beings want to interact with our computers, machines, we need some kind of language. So there are many languages like C, C++, Java, Python, Ruby, Perl, Scala. So we will be specifically learning Python. So now let's discuss about Python. So who created Python? Who is the father of Python? This is a programming language. Who has created Python? So the creator of Python programming language is Guido Guido van Rossum. He created Python in I think 1989. So Python was not open source that time. You can see he is the person, Guido van Rossum, he is the creator of Python. So he created Python in 1989. Yes, 1999. So finally Python became open source in 1991. Am I correct? Yes, I'm correct. In 1991. What do you mean by open source? Open source mean it is freely distribute, it is freely available for distribute, create, modify the Python. Okay, so no charge you have to pay, you can entirely see the source code. What's next? So it supports object oriented programming. Let me write its features. Okay, this is one more feature. It supports OOP, object oriented programming. We will later discuss what is object oriented programming. Anything else? We can also use this as a scripting language. Scripting language. What's next? So let's discuss about where the Python name comes up to this language. Do you really think it's a snake? No, it's not the snake. So the Python name come up from a comedy show that Guido van Rossum liked it too much, so you can think like he has given a tribute to that show. So that name of that show was, I think, Monty Python's Flying Circus. So let me write it also. Naming convention, I can say. Convention. Monty's Python's Circus. So this was a kind of history of Python where the name comes up. There is no relationship with snake. So why Python is popular, or why we should go for Python? Why not Java? Java is also a very what I can say well established language. Nowadays Java programmers, Java developer are in very much demand. So why we should go with Python? So Python is a general purpose high level easy language, or it has syntax like English readable. Like you can see here, naming convention. This means you can understand that how the naming convention is made. Similarly, Python's syntax are like English. They are easy to understand, or I can say readable. Next, if you want to do web development, Python supports that web development. Next, what else you can do? You can do like data science. If you want to go with data science career, SCIENCE, then you can go with Python. If you want to do something on ML, that is machine learning, AI, deep learning, neural network, those things also you can start with Python. And if you know something about computer vision, let me write in the same part, computer vision, that is for image processing, also you can use Python. And if you know something about network like socket programming, let me write here, socket programming, these all things are also possible. So if somebody wants to go into hacking background, let me write ethical hacking, ethical hacking, then you can write their scripts and create some tools, something like penetration tool, etc. High level calculation, some scientific calculation, anywhere and everywhere you can see Python. So Python, who is using Python, which big industries are using Python? You know, Dropbox, and some Instagram, somewhere, not exactly Instagram is using 100% Python. They are also using many other languages as per their use cases. So mostly they are using Instagram and maybe Facebook for data analytics, and maybe some internal service from Google, internal service from Google, they are using Python. So some why Python is very much famous is in 1991 Python became open source. That's why, let me write here, in 1991 Python became open source. So now if you want to check, then you can find it has a huge community support. A lot of various libraries are there who are enriching the Python support, such as, let me give some example. What are the libraries? Such as NumPy, Pandas, then I can say sklearn, maybe TensorFlow, and many more libraries are there who are making Python very rich. So Python is an interpreted language. Why it is told as interpreted? Interpreted. So normally if you compile Java or C language, they need a compiler. You cannot directly run there. First they have to compile, then only you can run. But Python you can directly run. You don't need a compiler in between. That's why Python is known as interpreted language. So this is one advantage I can say. Another advantage, that is in Java or Python, if you know, you might have seen there are using semicolons and something like curly braces for if else, those conditions and etc. If you don't know, don't worry, we'll see everything. But in Python we don't have those semicolon or curly braces like this. Simply English readable language, give some space. As you can see here, this is Python, and inside Python or this Python topic I'm discussing all these things. Okay, so here I'm giving similar type of or same space, one tab space. This space is used in Python programming, or this is mainly known as indentation. Let me write indentation. So these are some facilities provided by Python, and from the next video we will see how to set up our Python uh, to work, how to start with, how to set up, how to install, everything I will show from scratch. Okay, so that's all for this video, and thank you so much. I hope you liked this video and you will enjoy Python journey with me. Thank you so much.